How do you square how well you played for the first 3 quarters, basically, and then what happened in the fourth? Like, is it? Can you still take a lot of good out of the first part, or how do you go about it?
Yeah, you can take a lot of good out of the first part. I mean, we played 3 quarters of really good football and didn't finish a football game. We've got to be able to finish, and that's, hate to say it, but that's part of growing up as a program. We got to finish on defense. We've got to finish the fourth quarter like we played the first 3, and we win that football game. It should have been, that's a good football team, but they should have had, 7 points, 14 points. Should have never came to that.
Well, what did you see? I mean, Scott talked a little bit maybe about the team, but when you watched the film, what bothered you about the last 15 years?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I think the guys, you play a lot of plays, you're a little gassed, but there was not a sense of urgency to get lined up. There was not a sense of urgency to make the calls. We had a couple assignment busts that were crucial, and then we just didn't have that killer instinct at the end.
I think the defense has been able to kind of put this loss behind them by Tuesday now.
You have to. You can't let a loss beat you twice. So you've got to be able to watch the film, learn from the film on Sunday or Monday, and then move on. And I think those guys did. They had a great practice on Monday. They had a great practice today. So, I don't really want to be talking about it today. I have to, unfortunately, but I want those guys focused on the next one. We got to move on.
What catches your attention?
It's a really good football team, experienced line up front. They have a receiver 14 that makes some really good catches and a junior college transfer that number 3 that can really run, and they have a grad transfer quarterback. So they have a good football team, and I think their offensive coordinator does a good job. You watch film from when he was at South Dakota State, and they did a lot of nice things on film.
When you look at the takeaways, tackles for loss, seem pretty good. Do you like the disruption overall that your group has caused so far?
Yeah, I mean especially in the first half, first 3 quarters, you take the ball away, you get a lot of TFLs, you sack the quarterback, 0 points on the board, probably the best stat. A lot of good takeaways, and then you just got to find a way to keep doing it. Maybe we need to get some more guys ready. I take the blame. I got to get those guys ready to play 4 quarters. I've got to get some more guys ready if those guys get gassed so we can get them in the game. But we've got to finish.
Do you like the depth that you have right now, just with the number of guys that you're getting involved in?
Yeah, I mean, I think the depth is good. D-line is good. Linebackers, we're rolling 3. With Deontay going down, it's a little thin in the back end. Especially if a couple of those guys, Lamar had some cramping issues, I think, and Markel went down for a series. So you're kind of the issue there is you're cross-training guys to play so many positions, and I don't know if that has a little bit to do with them not knowing exactly what to do at crucial moments in the game, but we've got to get that fixed. I got to find a way.
How close are a couple of your true freshmen or young guys to being able to help you on the back end?
I think there's a couple guys that are really close. Fundamentally, skill-wise, talent-wise, they're ready. They just got to be able to execute when we get in team periods, and we've got to be able to see it. It's easy to say, how come you don't put those guys in the game? You say they're really good. Well, they are really good, but we've got to be able to trust them on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday before we can put them in the game on Saturday.
Would it help Cam Taylor Britt at all to just be playing safety, kind of have a slot in there right now, or do you still plan on moving him around a little bit?
I think we're going to have to move him around as we go down the road because of the depth. You know what I mean? Right now in that slot position, we've got him and JoJo. And he's playing safety and he's playing corner, and he played some slot in the game and he played some safety, and then we put him in a one play at corner when Lamar went down, and that was a big play, and that's probably not fair to that kid. It was his first play at corner of the game, but he's going to have to continue to move around if we're going to be able to function.
You've been there before where you see teams that turn around. What does it take? How do you get that to get over the hump? So that you don't have a letdown.
To be honest with you, it takes a. You want to win them all, but it takes being in some situations. Coach Frost puts us in situations in practice. That's great, but it takes being in live bullets, and you like to come out on top of them. But sometimes you don't, and you learn. Sometimes we got to do things differently as coaches. Sometimes I got to manage the game better on defense. Sometimes I got to, put the guys in a safer position because they're not as experienced. You can't maybe gamble with some of those kids as much as you can with guys that are really experienced and have been in the system a little longer. But I think those live situations help you grow, win or lose. I'd love to win them, absolutely, but it's going to help us.
You've got on the depth chart, you've got JoJo listed on it in a new position as a nickel. Does his role functionally, like, will there be a noticeable change, or is that just
No.
sort of, you know?
No, he's just, you won't notice him doing much. He plays in base for us, he plays in nickel for us, but he's going to be a starter in the package, so we wanted to list him on the depth chart.
The guys that were here that went through Northwestern last year that now have gone through this Colorado game this week leading up to Northern Illinois, is it maybe even more important for the no fear of failure thing from Bryce that one more?
Yeah, I don't think there's a fear of failure right now. I just think that it wasn't the knife's in and we got to twist it. That's the part we've got to get better at. I don't think these guys are not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to go out and give it all they got. It's just learn how to put a team away once you're up. I think that's the main goal.
What's been your overall evaluation of the tackle so far, just like one-on-one?
Yeah, so game 1 we tackled really good. Game 2, there's some unbelievable tackling, and then there's some times when, and I don't know if they're gassed or not, but there's some times where it doesn't look like anything we've drilled, anything they've ever done in practice, and they whiff. So it's all a technique issue on those missed tackles.
Anything else? All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.